Hi, this is Joe Wang here with more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life. Today I'll be talking about fruitfulness in not being afraid. Because the thing is that sometimes we see things on the news, or sometimes due to the situations, due to certain situations, it causes us to be afraid of going with our normal lives. Sometimes it could cause us to be afraid that we stop doing things normally. So today I'll be talking about a situation in which I overcome the fear. So the thing is that 2020 started out pretty rough. I mean, pretty rough in the, especially in the Bay Area, whether it's, of course there's the, of course everybody knows about the coronavirus, right? But then also the thing is that, back in January, it was freezing. It was freezing in the Bay Area. Like sometimes, even in the nighttime, temperature can get down to the mid or high 40s. Sometimes it just gets, and that's really cold for the Bay Area in California. And the thing is that at times, and the thing was that for me, 2020 was, that season was, I did not do well in that season. The thing is that I kept getting sick. And the thing was that usually my sickness, my cold or flu, they all happened pretty much like a few hours after I came back from the rock climbing gym in which I go for workouts. And the thing was that it came to the point that after a few times, getting sick, I got sick, almost in December, from December to January, right? From December to January, or even in November. I think November 2019 was when the weather started to become really freezing, and the thing was that from November to January, it was dead cold. And I think from between November to January, in November, towards Thanksgiving, I started to not feel well. I got a severe cold. And then after that, when in the first week of December, I got another cold. And then in January, mid-January, I got the third cold. So literally in the 3 months ratio, in the 3 months radius from November to January, within those 3 months, I got sick at least 3 times. That's literally once per month. And the sickness was severe cold, which involved a sore, dry throat, coughing, and even one time I had a severe fever. And so it was really really rough for me. It was really rough for me. The weather didn't do well for me, and because of that and the weather and everything, and then later on the coronavirus, right? It caused me to become afraid to go out at night. Even when I was even fearful of exposing myself even a little bit towards the freezing air. And the thing was that usually for me, I usually go to the gym at nighttime, and I was afraid that I would get cold while rock climbing. Hence, because even the rock climbing place, as great as it is over there for me, they don't really have a heater. They just have a fan, like a fan, of course, because nobody wants to work out, and they're sweating, and then they don't want a heater, right? So then the thing was that I was afraid that, I would catch cold the fourth time, in the season, and I definitely do not want that to happen. But then the thing was that I realized that I shouldn't be afraid of that. I shouldn't be afraid of that. After all, if I'm really afraid of the cold, if I'm really afraid to catch cold outside, I just need to prepare for it. I just need to prepare to prevent myself from getting the cold. Like what I mean is, like, for instance, right? Like, usually whenever I go to the gym to work out, I usually wear we usually wear short sleeves. And so then the thing is that, of course, if it's freezing out there, even if it's just, even if it's just from walking from the car to the gym, it's possible that you could catch a cold just by walking there and back, and when you're exercising also, that could also be an issue. But then also, when you have the sweat, what do you do with the sweat? That's what I realized, like, usually the thing is that after I work out so hot, and then I just literally just quickly, go to the car, and then just drive back and then just, take a shower, But then the thing is that, I realized that, how important it is to wipe the sweat off. Like, always bring a small towel, for the workout. So then the thing was that because of this, I realized that, I shouldn't be afraid, rather than being afraid of the weather, rather than waiting for the weather to get better before, I resume going to the gym on a regular basis. I decided that the best thing for me to do was to still continue my workouts, but just prepare better. So then the thing was that on Monday, after not going to the gym for over a month, I finally went back there, and of course I brought a towel, but I also worked out with my jacket on, and it was a pretty light jacket with a small hoodie, and it turned out that it wasn't as bad as I thought, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like I realized that, working out, with full sleeves on wasn't too bad after all, and I was glad that and the thing was that when I came back, I felt more energetic, my body felt good, and everything, and I was glad that I did it. So the thing is that from this lesson I realized that, that I shouldn't be don't get me wrong, if there really is a danger outside, danger meaning for example, if there was a riot or something that's really severe, then you shouldn't go out. However, if it's those kind of things where, you can, prevent yourself, if it's those kind of things where you realize that you didn't prepare before, you can prepare more, you can prepare more to wish for the best, then by all means, do it. And also if it's something that's, that's really important to you, then just do it, but do not be afraid of doing it. Just do it, but just prepare more to become, prepare more to have a better chance to dodge the bullet. So yeah, this is all I have for today. If you want to know more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life, please feel free to like and subscribe.